Right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back on a new video. This is the Glory GH TV. This particular video, I'm me on a very important. And until my mama wapaba a biom and from the Glory GH TV. So now, you say, oh my Ghana mo one politician, your friend Koku Anyidoho. Say, Bok Koku Anyidoho, I know who Nipakro, ye canasemi. Or ye NDC ni the National Democratic Congress. Na Koku Anyidoho ebritia wabi mu anase minka se America kreni utie ne nsem kaye from one radio station to the other. Utimi se obashi NDC for bashi Owura John Dramani Mahama, the former president and oye flag bearer edema the National Democratic Congress NDC. Na obi bebuza se I didn't know Koku Anyidoho what to nesi NDC ni Owura John Dramani Mahama eso esa because obi a belong to a party there unro ntu magufin ewo abonten. And because of that, no only me be against more of the radio stations no capitalizing on that intino or more try pe eye nanum asem. And of course say ye fro na ye interview na wo bashi wo party a wo belong to there na it means say you are giving opportunity to the other party say a man for better masem than your own party. Now, Owura Koku Anyidoho be say a DNT ana oye yesa eniama no. Me no ya adwene say ana woni me ya adwene say empem bebre ni nsem o kana no wodene. And the question a man for keep asking is say papa we kura ye NDC ni. Now mba bebo video bi e di atwro. Na yakwa akotie Owura Koku Anyidoho ensem abra okopie mu e good evening Ghana. Mika good evening Ghana no ho nipa kora oye the show host emasa program na ye Owura Paul Adom Ochere wono na Owura Koku Anyidoho kokeka ensem bi mu ko kyereke ensem bi mu na bibi poti esi enu nti na Owura Koku Anyidoho oye sa niama no mebo video no di achiro sisi na me sero so be subscribe na wa like na wa comment bra wo hwe sa video na bibia tumi aye kama share video no na afofromfo onso ensa enka se na be ya on betimi enso so no dane da no betimi ahwe de ekoso na wo yakofro no ba dwuma dey so amesere don't hesitate, please and please hit on the notification bell and as well no subscribe for nsa kokromotiti ma subscription button no so na bibia entimi enfanya kama me din ade berema nyenko na yenko tie Koku Anyidoho ensem kakra wo kyerkyere mu na yedin pa na tam kutu na hwe video yi ekosi wiye ni wi ayemba na de wo kakra ne fa anto aso.
Then the whole world know that the victim that John Mahama is playing is fake. I am the real victim. And John Mahama. Mm-hmm. Why he and his people always try to play the victim as if I have issues with them. Let me tell you, Paul. President Mills died on 24th July. Mm-hmm. 26th July in the morning. Around 6 a.m., I got a call from Okujetua Blakwa. Not that we were that close, but he calls to say, oh, I'm just checking on you. Okay. Well, I accept it. 2-3 minutes later, I get a call from Omani Boama. Omani Boama and Blakwa at the time were two sides of the same coin. Mm-hmm. Omani was very frontal that, well, Sami called you and he couldn't tell you what he should have told you. But anyway, yesterday, so which means 25th, the man died. The day after. Mm-hmm. We had a meeting with the new president, and a decision has been taken. He says he cannot work with you.
Oh, wow.
Yes. This is Omani Boama, an MPP boy who came through CJA.
Yes, correct.
Yeah. Suddenly is calling me to tell me that the new president, and of course, subsequently the new president collapsed information ministry, added the communication and gave to him. Mm-hmm. Today he's collapsed the IT, added it to election director and given to him. So Omani is his real right-hand man. So Omani says the president says that
he cannot work with you.
And that for obvious reasons, he cannot work with you.
What were those obvious reasons?
He didn't state.
You should know.
And that, I don't know.
But he says it's obvious.
It wasn't obvious to me. And that by close of day, I'll be informed. So I should consider some 3 parastatals that I'll be shifted to as either deputy CEO or CEO. But as for the castle, I should forget it. I can't stay there any longer. That's how the conversation ended. Of course, at the end of that day, I didn't get a call. Three days later, I drove to Mr. Tuahoy And this is the first time I'm mentioning his name at Westlands.
His home.
His home. I got the same information. Oh, Koku, you know, Prof is dead. And John says he cannot work with you. So are you going to go back to the bank?
Oh,
yeah.
wow. After that number of
After
years.
this number of years, go back to the bank. Uncle Atu, well, you know, this is what John is saying. Hey! Paul, when I left Uncle Atu's house that morning and I didn't commit suicide, it is not in my DNA to come. Look, I couldn't believe it.
What did you tell Mercy?
The third one was Henry Martin Newman. Today I'm opening up.
Oh, the chief of staff.
Yes.
Your man.
Now,
your boss.
Between Atua Hoy and Obani, this was even before the burial of President Mills.
Yes, the date you are mentioning.
Yeah, before the burial. Martin Newman's own was after the burial.
What did he say?
The same message. And this was in his official bungalow at Cantonments, Chief of Staff bungalow.
Yeah, where Chief of Staff.
So he asked to see me and I went. The same story that, well, his own started that, well, Sani, oh, you leave. Oh, believe, no, you leave for some 6 weeks. By the time you come back, we shall consider your political future. Mr. Newman, I've never said this story, but after 12 years, to the extent that you people continue to sit down and let John Mahama and his boys play the victim as if I'm the bad person. Mr. Newman, after 12 years, I'm mentioning your name. Uncle Atu, after 12 years, I'm mentioning your name. Because I will not allow them to play the victim any longer as if I'm the bad person. I have always been the victim. But for the sake of cohesion, I have kept quiet. But after 12 years, I will mention the names. That the whole world know that the victim that John Mahama is playing is fake. I am the real victim. So Martin Newman tells me that John Mahama says that he cannot work with me, so I should leave the presidency. At that point, I said, well, Omani has told me, Uncle Atu has told me, Martin Newman, you are telling me, please go and tell the president that I'm not going on leave and I'm not leaving the presidency because we have an election to win and I have to protect the legacy of President Mills.
You were defying the new
president.
But
Well, he hadn't spoken to me.
You can't do that.
Oh, listen, let me finish. So that's how I responded. I said, I'm not going anywhere. However, I'm a very regimented person. And you are a lawyer and an astute administrator. When President Mills wanted to appoint me, he got you to write to me officially.
So right.
And sack me. So that when I leave the presidency and I step out and anybody asks me, Koku, why have you left? Because the whole ploy that go on leave it was a ploy. Immediately you leave, they will say you have left. You don't like John Mahama. That's after the death of President Mills, you have left. Now, there's something I haven't told you. The day President Mills died, Paul, by the time I returned from the 37, my father, General Anyidoho, was seated in my office at the castle.
What did he tell you?
He had come to look for a son.
For what?
Who he knew that would be traumatized because of the death of his political father. He came, gave me his ties to whip on. But when he finished, you know what he told me? Koku, the president is going to be sworn, the new president is going to be sworn in tonight. You are not allowed to stay away from the swearing in. You will go to that swearing in. So gather yourself as a man and go to the swearing in. I know what I'm telling you as a father. Don't stay away from the swearing in. Paul, I obeyed my father and didn't stay away from the swearing in. Everything we could do to support John Mahama to take over. But after he got sworn in, this is what I had to go through. So I told Martin to write.
Yeah, did he write?
Of course, that letter never. You know?
Right, Abusia. So it is what it is. Koku Anyidoho na akote ne nka no. Wadwen kire anything. Do you think say Koku Anyidoho ensem na wo ka no odi hu yaw de bi hye ne mu nti na wo react saa. Eno nti na wo bashi NDC fo bashi Owura John Dramani Mahama ko bi a eye wo party die anka ense se wo yes ha And now you think say Koku Anyidoho kra dey nkra na any problem. Obi no aba no office and I say mintimi nyu nya adwuma bio. You were supporting John Evans Atamils awo nya ne baby ko. And you belong to John Evans Atamils awo nya ne baby eko. But you see he is no more or a late into me na mabaso. Mama baso no so mo me no be adwuma. So please I want you to leave the office. Ovi say and kan say ha Koku Anyidoho. For adwen kire fa to comment section ho. Now, obi nso bebusa say e kamia kwa say now Koku Anyidoho ni behavior and ni nsem kan towards NDC no is contrary to hopes in adoye. Say there is hopes in adoye so a free NPP now belong to afafranto wura alancheremantin na isi wa shas bashi NPP bashi wura nana do dankwa Akufo-Addo ene ni vice president no kamia kwa say ni nyina akwa the same but mienu no the difference is wura hopes na adoye declare in stance say oni MPP mu biom but Koku Anyidoho de tem ye oka nasem a wose still odaso wo NDC mo. Is it say say ni party edi sa adwuman a ofi say enye na bodwo so no or blasting the party eno na che so ye party papa ni ana party ni papa ana say onye party ni papa. Mr. For adwin jira fa to comment section na bibia ntumi enye kama me din e de berema the Glory GH TVs and of course the Glory GH reactions. Yeah, that was a bit brief. My crown.